Welcome back, folks, once again to another week of Coach's Corner, brought to you by Simonson Lumber, Marvin Doors and Windows. I'm your host, Paul Vold. Joining us here with a conversation to recap the weekend for your Lumberjacks assistant coach, Dylan Borseth. And Coach, thanks so much for joining us this week.
Good to be here.
Of course, a split on the weekend here for the team here. We'll start off with the good news with a win on a Friday night with a contest on the road. You take on the Wilmer Warhawks, second time in just a little over a week that you face them too. Had to do a little bit of heroics there towards the end and into overtime to secure the win. But let's start off first with, of course, just the pace of the game there. Really started to see the team really pile on shots early. Just try to get something going there for that early goings of that contest.
Yeah, I thought our pace was pretty good. We're playing pretty fast, getting shots on net. Their goalie had a hell of a game. I think we probably could have done a little better job getting guys to the net and making it a little harder on them. But yeah, he played really well, and we kind of had to do some heroics at the end to pull her through.
Of course, talking about those heroics, of course, down 2-1 with about 30 seconds to go. You get the game tire from Jackson Engberg, then carrying it into overtime as well. Before we talk about the OT winner, just getting that kind of that momentum swing there from the last few seconds. Of course, with Engberg's goal, there was a lot of chances leading up to that too, but ultimately he's right there in the middle to ultimately tie the contest too.
Yeah, we were having chances kind of that whole period, just weren't going our way. And Engberg, he was buzzing the whole game, had a lot of energy for us, and so sending him out, and he just was in the right spot and got the puck and buried her.
Of course, now with it being in the overtime frame as well, a lot of luck into that overtime session that has been on the season with the win there on Friday, now making it 3 consecutive wins in the overtime period. But Ty Smith getting a great opportunity as well. He's been, pretty much the workhorse on the offensive side with leading the team in points too, but really puck possession from the very beginning was paramount, and obviously came down to it with Ty Smith getting the winner.
Yeah, that's the thing, like in overtime, 3-on-3, it's kind of, you just want to keep possession, not really risk any turnovers, giving them the puck, and that's kind of what we did. I think they kind of had a chance to get the puck, and we got it back and got it to Smitty, and he did what he does and put it in.
Then, of course, then we transitioned the contest on Saturday. A wild one, to certainly say the least here, with a matchup against the Minnesota Moose. Unfortunately, a loss by the score of 6-5. Up early in the contest, got off to a great start. Something that hasn't really been a consistent factor against this Moose squad. You get up early 2-0, but ultimately they tie it 2-2 going into the intermission as well. First period of action, you'd say the first half was very good, and then the second half probably of that first period, probably something to work off of, could use a little bit more consistent play.
Yeah, something that me and the other coaches have kind of been saying to them, just we got to have good starts, and that's kind of what we had, and we were thinking we started the game how we wanted, and it was going well. And kind of halfway through, we kind of had some lapses in the D zone and made it a little easy on them, and they came back and had a couple. So
yeah, of course, talking about the second period, that's where this wild, consistent type of play carried out, of course, with a bunch of those turnovers coming back to hurt the team for the Lumberjacks, and led to a lead going into the second intermission. Second period was a wild one for sure, but looking at the contest as a whole too, I'm sure there are a lot of things to take away from it, just limiting a lot of mistakes to, the things were definitely a lot different going into that third too.
Yeah, just kind of trying to just be better in our D zone, come back, have our forwards come back, helping our D out, and when the D get the puck, staying back and supporting them, giving them options. And we didn't really see that a whole lot, kind of some lapses in the D zone towards the end, and giving them some free looks at our goalie, and they took advantage. They're a good team. They took advantage, and when we play those guys, we can't let that happen.
Yeah, we've got a wild schedule coming up here for the first half of the regular season, which wraps up actually this weekend. Then you got the showcase. Then you're back here before Christmas as well. Talk about, of course, the matchup against Alexandria. Of course, they're a team that's trying to figure out some things as well. Your team as well, with, of course, the, just trying to get a lot more consistency in the lineup too. Main focus you see here with this week of practice coming up.
D-zone. Just limiting their chances, especially around the slot area. If we can keep those guys to the outside, keep their shots from the outside, I think they won't get a whole lot of chances, and I think we'll have a good chance to win.
Yeah, of course, then the Lumberjacks will head to the showcase down in Blaine, a bevy of teams as well, New Hampshire, Texas, and then also West Bend as well. Maybe from your playing days or maybe even from coaching as well. This little transitionary time you have from, of course, your divisional opponents then going into the showcase too. Not a lot of time to think, I'm sure, but it's a lot of maybe planning off the ice and just trying to get the team ready with this steady turnaround in games too.
Yeah, knowing these out of division games are coming up, we just got to want to have the energy that we need to just be able to score and have everyone going. Because we know these guys are going to be top teams in their division as well, and so we know that they're going to be coming hard, and they know they're going to want to get a chance to knock off Granite City, the big team in the West Division. So we got to come ready, come with a lot of energy and a lot of physical play.
Assistant Coach Dylan Borseth joins us here this week on Coach's Corner. Again, Lumberjacks in action will be wrapping up the first half of the regular season on the road. That'll be Friday at Alexandria. Then Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday will be, of course, I should say Sunday through Tuesday. That will be down at the showcase in Blaine. Check out the full schedule, scores, updates, and much more by going to na3hl.com. And be sure to follow us on all of our social media platforms. This is Coach's Corner, brought to you by Simonson Lumber, Marvin Windows and Doors. We'll step aside here for a quick break, and we'll have our players interview come your way next.
Marvin windows and doors made with Ultrex fiberglass are strong, durable, and reliable, just like you. Ultrex fiberglass from Marvin surpasses vinyl and composite products thanks to more strength and less expansion to deliver the high-performance windows and doors you expect from Marvin. When you choose Marvin Elevate and Essential window and door solutions, you can be confident you're building with the best for strength, durability, and reliability. Marvin Ultrex fiberglass is ready to go to work for you.
Welcome back here to Coach's Corner, brought to you by Simonson Lumber, Marvin Windows and Doors. I'm your host, Paul Vold. Now time we catch up with one of our players for the Granite City Lumberjacks. It is number 20, Jackson Engberg. And Jackson, thanks so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, we appreciate the time. One thing we like to always talk about with some of the new guys here on the team is kind of their path to come here to Granite City. Why'd you choose to come to Granite City this season?
Jimbo came to one of my high school games last year, and he sent me a text to come and practice with them after the season, and I came and I loved it. We have good coaches, they treat us well, so yeah.
Absolutely, and we're glad to have you here for the season, especially from the weekend that we had with a split of games. Let's talk about the game on Friday as well against Wilmer. An overtime victory for the Lumberjacks there. It was a pretty heavy contest, with it being, of course, the team piling on a lot of shots. You play a little bit of heroics down the stretch there with getting the game-tying goal just before the end of regulation. Let's talk about that goal that set you up there with, of course, tying things up. What were you seeing there, of course, with it being, the extra attacker out there? What led to you, ultimately tying things up there?
I saw Smitty going around the net with the puck, and I just got open, and they pretty much left me open, and I just took a one-timer, and it just went 5-hole.
Absolutely, and of course it gets it into overtime. Of course, the guy that set you up ultimately finished things off with the OT winner. Then we go into Saturday. Tough contest against the Minnesota Moose, 6-5 loss. You actually opened things up with a beautiful highlight goal there as well. Again, talk about that goal there. What kind of led to you a couple of nice moves to sneak one past the goaltender?
Yeah, Sachs just gave me a easy pass, and I saw the defense coming with speed, so I just made a move and shot it.
Yeah, it was a great goal as well. Ultimately, unfortunately, a loss 6-5 against the Moose there. There have been a very tough squad as of late. Looking at the game as a whole from your perspective, maybe the team too, what do you take away from a difficult loss like that?
I mean, I just think we need to work on our D zone, because we made mistakes and they scored every time we did. So I think during this week we got to just practice D zone, and yeah.
Yeah, of course, that's one thing we wanted to mention too, of course, with D-Zone. Of course, you got another game coming up here. Just a one game, technically on the weekend before the showcase. Got Alexandria back on the road as well. Besides D-Zone, what else do you guys see here as another week of practice to kind of prepare for the weekend ahead?
I think we just have to focus, make good passes, and shoot the puck more, get more shots, and then get to the net when we shoot it for rebounds, because they have a good goalie, so we have to get shots.
Absolutely. And Granite City will be back in action coming up here this weekend. Friday, they'll be at Alexandria to wrap up the regular season. Then it's showcase time, with it being, of course, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday down in Blaine. And then before the Christmas break, we'll have a couple of games at home, including Smiles for Jake night on December 19th, and then the 20th against Mason City. Number 20, Jackson Engberg, joins us here this week. Ready for some rapid fire questions?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it started here. One thing we like to learn about some of the guys here: pregame routine. Does it start right away in the morning, right before you get to the rink? What gets you ready for game day?
I just wake up and I eat eggs before, and then I take a 2-hour nap, and then I have my chicken and rice, and then I just come to the rink, tape my stick, and then I'm basically ready for the game.
Absolutely. And of course, I already talked there with the pregame meal there with the chicken and rice. Anything different, or you like to keep it pretty light there with game day meal?
Just chicken and rice, 3 hours before the game.
I like it. Anything besides taping your stick? Any maybe routine or kind of superstitions you may have to get once you get to the rink?
No, I just tape my stick. That's it.
Well, and the team's got the messiest stall. Besides the goaltenders, we're going to leave them out there. They've got their own issues.
I'm going to say Glimmy.
Okay, Glimmy has been a popular choice for the messiest stall. We're going to have to get to the bottom of that. Now, of course, we've had some pretty significant snowfall. We've got a little bit more coming here this way. Who do you on the team would not want to be in a car with driving this winter? Who do you think's the worst winter driver?
Probably Glimmy or Giannis.
I like that. All right. Speaking of which, who's got the worst car on the team? Probably doesn't have four-wheel drive. Probably something that hasn't been updated in a while. Who's got the worst car on the team?
It has to be Posty.
Yeah, Posty has been a very popular choice here, and that's one thing I wish we would have asked him last week. A couple holiday-related questions here for you. Favorite Christmas movie?
Movie? Ooh. Elf.
Elf's a
Elf,
classic.
yeah.
That's a good one. What has been the worst and best Christmas gift you've ever gotten?
The best was probably my puppy I got 2 years ago.
Nice.
And then the worst is probably socks.
I like that. All right, Secret Santa. I don't know if the team's got one going here, at least for you players as well. Who is a person on the team that you would like to get a Secret Santa gift from, and one that you wouldn't want to get a Secret Santa gift
I
from?
would want probably Dodge or, probably Dodge. And then I wouldn't want Gormy, Wazzy, or Polsky.
Okay, all right, I like that. All right, who is one person maybe on the team here that would you say is the biggest Grinch? Just says nothing, just does not like the holidays.
Actually, it's Pax.
Oh,
Doesn't like Christmas movies.
Doesn't like Christmas movies? Okay, I like that. Maybe what's the one thing that a family tradition of yours that you always remember and enjoy about the Christmas season?
Christmas Eve, we just go to my grandma's house and we chill.
All right. Maybe one thing, and last one here for you. What's maybe a holiday hot take that you have? Me personally, don't like eggnog. I don't know a whole lot of people besides Jimbo that actually likes eggnog. What's maybe one holiday hot take that you have?
I would say eggnog too. I'm not a big fan of that.
All right, I like that. Number 20, Jackson Engberg joins us here this week on Coach's Corner. Again, Lumberjacks back in action coming up here this weekend. Friday, they'll be out at Alexandria before they head to the showcase down in Blaine. Be sure to check out full schedules, scores, updates, and much more by going to na3hl.com and follow us on our social media platforms. This is Coach's Corner, brought to you by Simonson Lumber, Marvin Windows and Doors. I'm your host, Paul Vold. We'll check in with you guys after the holiday season.